by the United States government in order to bring us into war.
I believed it 8 years ago on 9/11, that night you came on.
Yeah, you did. It's fascinating, really, when you think about it, because, you know, everyone, this is the main problem with conspiracy theories. The number one problem is that when you bring them up, you look foolish. So people don't even want to bring up the possibility that they exist. But when you look into U.S. history, you look into the Gulf of Tonkin, you look into the Northwoods document where they were planning fake terror attacks on American civilians in order to get us into a war with Cuba from 1962. When you look into that stuff and you realize that everything evolves, you know, science evolves, culture evolves, and, you know, corruption evolves too. The corruption that is that deep that could run the government, the corruption that can kill Kennedy, the corruption that can fake wars or fake attacks rather to bring us into war like they did with the Gulf of Tonkin and brought us into Vietnam, that doesn't go away. It gets bigger and stronger. As long as it isn't exposed, as long as some massive arrest didn't take place and hundreds and thousands of people were brought to justice and paraded out on television. No, I mean, the biggest corruption ever was Watergate. And what was that? He was spying on some other people. That's it. I mean, that's nothing.
And now we just expect the government to spy on us.
But if you compare that to what we know has taken place, just the Gulf of Tonkin, just that, the fake attack that brought us into the Vietnam War, just the idea that the Northwoods document was actually signed by the Joint Chiefs of Staff. They sat down and they said, yes, we agree. This idea of fake terror attacks on American civilians is a good idea. People are going to die for lies, for theater that they're going to create. They're going to create these, you know, the fake Cuban attacks. I mean, that's scary, scary stuff. And if no one was brought to justice, and they weren't, it's not like that stopped and everybody just got a conscience and met in the parking lot and all held hands and sang Kumbaya and decided, well, we're not going to be douchebags anymore. We're going to be nice the way we run the world. There's no way. That's not what happened. And, you know, people don't want to look at the possibility that our government is involved in some really scary, really shady stuff that involves the death of our own citizens for profit. People don't want to look at that, but it is possible. You know,
absolutely.
It really is possible.
And 30 years ago, even a decade ago, they called it a conspiracy theory to say the Gulf of Tonkin in 1964 was a conspiracy theory. Now it's been declassified. The LBJ tapes have been released. They did stage the whole thing. And 58,000 Americans died and over 1 million Vietnamese. So
the History Channel has said that the United States had advance warning about Pearl Harbor and that they allowed it to happen to bring us into World War II. That was on the History Channel. Not that it means anything. Ari Shafir, I think you need a microphone if you want to speak to the entire world.
Hey, we can hook another mic up.
Stoned-ass bitch forgot he was on the radio. How dare you? How dare you, Shafir?
We need to get Homeland Security in here and arrest him.
I know. He's carrying illegal drugs in his system right now.
Did you hear?
Illegal nature.
Did you hear that Homeland Security put out a report? We got it and released it. We'll come back and talk about it after this break. Where they admit that their main threat is conservatives, gun owners, libertarians, and veterans, and the whole police state grid.
Well, those are the people that are organized. You know, hippies will complain, but veterans,
stay there.
Frozen food out in the desert.
On the march.
Joe Rogan.
Alex Jones, ladies and gentlemen. An honor to be here.
We're going to do 20 minutes of overdrive since Joe was lost on the way over here. In plumes of smoke, like up in smoke.
No, we didn't smoke until we got here. But what? The traffic was, the navigation system was terrible. It's wacky. It was some piece of crap that came with Avis. By the way, we got a badass Cadillac. Cadillac is making some cool cars, man. We got this little zippy Cadillac. It's really good. I like it.
Every time I see you when you're out of town, you rent a Cadillac.
Yeah, I like Cadillacs.
Or a big truck.
Guinea in me. I'm 3/4 Italian. So the Italian in me likes Cadillacs. It does. It does. I like shiny things. A little raccoon. So we were talking about before the break about how the government is worried about conservatives and gun owners. And, you know, and I think they should be. I think if the government really is corrupt, those are the ones you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the hippies with the Subarus with the bumper stickers on. Those aren't the dangerous ones.
Ninnying around.
The dangerous ones are the dudes who know the Constitution, the dudes who are living out in the desert with dried fruit in their basement, and, you know, and they got water, a giant cistern in the backyard that can last them for 3 years. Those are the guys you have to worry about. Those are the guys they're going to organize.
But you're saying the criminals have to worry about them.
Yeah, the criminals, yeah.
But that's my point, is that all these years we knew the way they set it up, that Homeland Security was for the American people. Then we got all these secret documents, and it has nothing to do with foreigners. It is for the American people.
You got to be worried about people organizing, not because there's something evil about organizing, but because people are such lemmings. That's the real problem with like Waco, Texas and stuff like that. When you see some dude stocking up guns, you got to go, God damn it, what is that idiot doing? You know, you got to worry about that if you're the government or if you're regular civilians, because guess what, man? It's like what's going on in Afghanistan. They have warlords, and these warlords run regions of the country. And that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to break through over there. That could happen in America. We could have cults where these cults are armed and they control big pieces of the population. That's very possible.
All right,
Scientology could easily pull that off.
Here in about 5 minutes, I've got to call in.
Ari Shaffir is anti-Scientology, by the way. He just said it.
What? No.
He wants a career in show business. He knows. Got to kiss their ass.
Don't start the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
People already think millions of web pages.
They believe you're Bill Hicks.
That I am Bill Hicks.
Elvis?
I'm not Bill Hicks. I mean,
no, you're definitely not Bill
Hicks. But because I've worked with somebody that worked with him, and he had kind of a southern accent, it must be me.
You know, a huge compliment. Kevin Booth always says that you're funnier than Bill Hicks. You know that?
Well, I don't think I'm funnier than Bill Hicks.
Well, Bill Hicks said a lot of brilliant stuff, but you might be funnier than him. You're funny in a different way, right?
I think you're definitely funnier than him.
Well, Ari, though he is one of my best friends and a great comic of his own, is not a fan of the Bill Hicks. He does not believe. This is Ari right there. Ari does not believe that the Bill Hicks was very funny.
No, not funny.
We got some really bad news here. NBC News: 7 dead, 12 injured in Fort Hood shooting. No word from military bases whether the victims are military or civilians. At least 7 people are dead and 12 wounded. That's the last place that nut drove into the Lubies and shot everybody, but nobody was allowed to be armed so he could do it.
So that's probably some soldier went crazy?
We'll try to get Susanna Hupp, Representative Susanna Hupp, on tomorrow.
Anti-American person went in there?
Yeah, it was her dad and mom got killed there. Now she's a state rep. Let's get her on about this. The official would not give his name nor additional details. It was unknown whether victims are soldiers or civilians. And it probably ended up being a soldier that's gone.
Isn't it kind of fascinating? I mean, let's say it's not a soldier. What if it was an attack? Isn't it kind of fascinating that it's a huge deal if someone gets attacked on this patch of dirt, but like how many different days go by where 10 soldiers die in Afghanistan and it doesn't even make mainstream news? It's just like
it's because it is rare to happen here. And because a lot of people are cowardly, it scares them.
Why is that? Why? Yeah, that's it. But why is it? Why is it more news if Americans die here? I mean, is it really more news? I mean, we make so light of the people that die in Afghanistan and Iraq. I mean, it's really crazy. Like one kid is missing and it's front page news for days,
weeks.
But soldiers can get shot up and killed 3-4 at a time, and it's just a tiny little story, and then we move on. I mean, that's very.
Well, they don't even allow the coffins to be seen now.
Yeah, they didn't for a while, but didn't Obama rescind that? Didn't he change that?
He allows select groups of coffins to be seen, and he's there.
I mean, the whole thing is so scary that they're blocking information. They censor information. If they're censoring photographs, they're censoring information. They don't want you to see the numbers. They don't want you to be affected by the numbers. That's scary stuff.
I agree, and I always say my heart goes out to those that have died. The media is going to be saying about this incident, but our heart does go out to them.
It's just shocking how we just go with it. That's what's shocking to me. That was the most shocking thing about 9/11 was that, like, within a couple days, all these people were driving by with American flags all over their cars. And for a while, I was like, well, maybe this is good, because I was like, okay, look, people are going to feel good about America. We're going to rally together on this. We've been attacked. But then part of me was like, wow, this is scary how quick it happened. I mean, these are the same dopes that had Lakers flags on their cars just a few months ago when the Lakers were winning. And now, now
it's like a inch deep, mile wide fad.
Yeah.
It's not a real commitment. It's
right, because the flags are gone now. Who has American flags hanging from their car? A few lone nuts, a few crazy dudes. Very few, but you don't like back then. You would go into a parking lot, you would pull into a Walmart parking lot, and you would see 30, 40, 50 cars with American flags on them, and nobody touched those.
No,
flags.
You'd see cars with giant full-size flags flapping.
Yeah, you did
around here, and guys are driving around with Al Qaeda hunting licenses, going, I'm going to get me some Al Qaeda.
Yeah, I saw a guy who had one of those and a T-shirt on. It said "Osama, your mama."
Now, Joe, we've got to call in to 1360 in Dallas wants me to pop in, and
talking to
and Richard Hunter's the talk show host. We want to pop in and say hi to them because they wanted me to be on during a break and I couldn't do it.
Cool.
So we're going to say hi to them. But you're going to be with us 20 minutes into Overdrive today. It won't be on your AM and FM dial coming up in 20 minutes. It'll be at Infowars.com on the audio streams and PrisonPlanet.tv video streams and archive.
We have the documents.
We got to take advantage of you being here, Joe.
Well, I'm taking advantage of being here as well.
Joe, you are really fired up today.
I am fired up. You are too, Alex. We're going to go eat after this, right?
Don't say where.
Okay. Don't want any stalkers. Yeah,
please.
Worry.
Double stalkers,
Double
yours
stalkers.
and mine.
Yeah, that's right. They might come together. They might duke it out in the parking lot and leave us alone. Do you think my stalkers and your stalkers would like each other?
I have the type where a woman will get out in a parking lot and come up and say hi to me, and then run around screaming that I've attacked her. I mean, I have that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have to really, like...
There's a lot of paranoid nuts out there, man.
Well, there's a lot of people think I've put chips in their brains.
You haven't? You haven't?
Well, the issue is, I cover real issues,
right.
and then there is all the crazies out there.